Hi, I'm Jack Bridgwater. This is my presentation on Franz Kafka. Franz Kafka's early life was nowhere near picture perfect. Born in Prague, 1883, he was born into a German Jewish family. He lived in the ghetto and was middle class. He was not accepted by the German minority there. This played a great deal into his sense of alienation seen through his work. Kafka claimed he was a stranger to his family. This was a family led by his father, who was described as an authoritarian figure. This would also end up in a lot of his writing. The time period in which Kafka lived, the 19th and early 20th century, was a time of change. Events like World War I and industrialization and quickly strengthening nationalism were undergoing. Kafka transferred and graduated from Faculty of Law, a German university. He was a lawyer, but ended up working as an insurance clerk. Although he worked here, his favorite pastime was writing, something he would do at night after work. This was his real calling. Unfortunately, he would start showing signs of tuberculosis. He began to suffer from insomnia and irritation to noises. His conditions worsened when he began getting a bacterial infection called furunculosis. This caused painful, pus-filled lumps. He had a lack of energy, constipation, and malfunctions with his nervous system. In 1912, he confessed to contemplating suicide to a friend in a letter. A year later, he spent his time in a clinic for neuroasthenia, assimilation disorders, and heart and lung diseases. His nerves eventually went, and he began having severe headaches and depression. Though during these years he had written his best work, like The Metamorphosis and The Trial. Kafka's tuberculosis began prominent to his health failing. Kafka once asked for a lethal dose of opium. He wanted to be put out of his misery. Kafka ended up recovering at that time, but he would die only a couple years later, when it spread to his larynx. Knowing Kafka's painful life gives direct insight in understanding his writing. His almost estranged relationship with his family and his pained and diseased life show up directly in his work. The work we read in class, The Metamorphosis, seems almost to be like a exact replica of Kafka's life, even down to him being an insurance clerk. Kafka was influenced by Tolstoy, Dostoevsky, and Nietzsche. A lot of his work is surrealist, but he's difficult to put in any specific genre. On his deathbed, it's alleged that he asked for his work to be burned. Thankfully, that did not happen. They went on to inspire the likes of Albert Camus, Eugene Ionesco, and Jean-Paul Sartre. His work even reaches the people of today, with a filmmaker like David Lynch. Kafka did not write a large body of work due to his sickness and ultimate and untimely death. His most well-known works are The Metamorphosis. This is a story about Gregor Samsa, who mysteriously wakes one morning as a giant insect. This short story has themes of alienation, mental and physical illness, societal pressure and duty, and family dynamics. The Castle. This story is about a man trying to communicate with authorities of a castle in which he was to serve as a surveyor for. There are themes of absurdity, powerlessness, and finding meaning in the world. The Trial. This is about a man who is arrested mysteriously and not told of the reason why. There are themes of justice and judgment, alienation, control, and the absurd. The term Kafkaesque has come to life to describe work similar to his. Kafka's work is known as dark and surreal. Recurring themes include isolation, alienation, identity crisis, bureaucratic oppression, and being powerless. As far as I can see, Kafka was generally well received at his time, though he did not reach the level of fame he has today until after his death, when his works were published. At first, his work was hard to classify and criticize. Some critics were enraged while others were praising. Although he had limited recognition, after his death he gained fame and reputation of geniusness. He is held as one of the greatest 20th century writers. One of his biggest haters was actually the Nazi Party. They banned his work for about 20 years. Kafka is now more popular than ever. Kafka's stories describe isolation and being helpless in the world. These themes have always been relevant, but now more than ever. His work strikes a nerve within people and connects people all around. And here's my works cited. And thank you.